So basically the apples that we have right now were developed for things other than climate resiliency. They're developed for taste and storage. So most of the apples that we have today, we might not have in the future.
This summer, we're working with Professor Harvey to create a documentary on apple orchards and how climate change is affecting them.
We're interviewing these cider makers and orchardists, and we're finding out a little bit about the process. And one of the focuses of this documentary is we're trying to understand how these orchardists and cider makers are preparing for climate change. And what we found is that a lot of them are investing in apple diversity.
What we're seeing in terms of climate change are new pests and new viruses. And so that's just making it much more precarious for orchardists and apple growers. So interested in people who are sort of intimately using native apples or heirloom apples and people who forage for apples. We felt that those people would be the ones that were most in tune with the different changes that we're seeing in climate and weather. The idea is those apples that were abandoned hundreds of years ago have grown into trees that nobody's ever taken care of. They've never been fertilized, they've never been watered, they've never been protected against pests or viruses, and they've done really well. So those trees might make really good candidates for apple trees of the future.
I think the main effect of this documentary will be that it will raise awareness within the industry itself of what other people are doing. Orchardists from Maine will see how orchardists from New Hampshire and Vermont are responding to things that they're seeing in the weather, and hopefully will create deeper connections in the community.
For me, it's like I would have never shipped up to mid-coast Maine and met these amazing cider makers and had these conversations about climate change and apples, and at the same time been able to learn about videography in a professional context. And this is kind of an opportunity to dip my toes in and see if I like it and meet all these people and taste these wild apples and see how they make their cider. And it's just something I would have never done before, and I'm extremely lucky to be in this scenario.
Storytelling is something that not a lot of people get to do, and the opportunity to do that over the summer as your summer job, as your summer research was absolutely incredible for me, and I couldn't imagine myself being anywhere else this summer.